What it's like coaching kids soccer during a pandemic. This week we just wound up our first pandemic kids soccer season, and I really enjoy coaching. I've been coaching soccer now for 12 seasons, and I always really enjoy it, but this season was particularly special. And it was special because the season was almost canceled. It almost didn't happen, and there was a lot of unknowns, and it was delayed. And then we got the news that they were going to have a soccer season here locally, and the season was shorter. There were fewer games. The coaches had to wear masks, and there was other masking restrictions, and it was just a very different setup. But I believe that everything went really well, actually, and everyone was safe, and we still got to have a lot of fun on the soccer field. And so what comes to me is the gratitude that I experienced, and I believe all the parents and children did, that we actually got to have soccer. We didn't take it for granted. Maybe we had the other 11, or I had the other 11 seasons, or after a while, it just becomes part of a process that we do every year, and you kind of get in this flow, which is nice too. But when something disrupts you as deeply as this pandemic, or maybe another big life event, where suddenly you start to really pay attention to things in a new way, and you don't take things for granted. And certainly for me as a coach, I didn't take this season for granted. And again, it made it one of the most memorable and special seasons. So this is a new lens that you can use, and a distinction to look at a lot of things like relationships in your life that maybe you'd grown accustomed to and you'd seen frequently. Now maybe you don't see them as much. Or maybe traveling, which business travel maybe you didn't miss initially when you were pulled off the road, but now you realize that in travel there's an element of adventure, and perhaps an ability to connect with people in person that live distances away, that are positive relationships, and maybe you begin to appreciate that in a new and more deep way. And once we get on the other side of this thing, try to hold on to that, right? Try to hold on to that gratitude, because it can add a lot of peace and joy to your life, and ultimately make life richer.